We're live in West Point, Mississippi for the West Point Clay County Community Growth Alliance. We're pleased to welcome now the mayor of West Point, Mississippi, Mayor Rod Bobo. Mayor, thanks for coming on.
Gerard, thank you for inviting me, man. It's always a pleasure visiting with you.
You bet. So you got a lot of good stuff going on up here in West Point with the Prairie Arts Festival coming up in a couple of weeks, the Saturday before Labor Day. What did Lisa tell us, the 47th annual?
47, absolutely.
Well, the first thing you have to, I think, recognize is anytime you have an event like that that has endured for almost 5 decades, you must be doing something right.
Well, something right, and you got a lot of, it's indicative to me that you have a lot of great people behind the scenes doing a lot of planning. And so that's a testament to their hard work as well.
A lot of work to put something like this together,
Absolutely.
But they pull it off every year and do a great job. And, of course, here in this building downtown West Point, lots of memorabilia, lots of posters, photos through the years for the Prairie Arts Festival event. I took a look at some of those. It's really pretty neat.
Yeah, we're really proud of our little town, man. We think we got a lot of character here, a lot of great things here in the city of West Point.
What's going on in terms of economic development in the area? I know Joe Max was on with Richard Cross on the morning show earlier. He of course has done an amazing job of recruiting industry into the area, and that has really kept everything going here. I mean, the one thing you notice about driving around town and downtown and so forth, you don't really see any unoccupied buildings. They look to me like there's businesses in each one of them. That's a good indicator.
It is a strong indicator, and you alluded to Joe Max, and of course we're grateful for all the hard work that he's done over the years. He's certainly a master of his craft, if you will. We've got a pretty significant deal on the table that we're kind of bound by some confidentiality. I can't speak too much to, but it will be, if it comes to fruition, will be a total game changer for West Point, Clay County.
Oh, that's awesome. And so, you know, Rod, we have here in Mississippi overall have championed and been the recipient of lots of announced investment throughout the state, which has been a good thing. We must be doing something right here in Mississippi to be selected for many of these projects over other areas, other states.
Listen, we've always known that the South is the place to be. It seems that industry is now figuring that out and coming on board. So.
Well, I agree. It's like Mississippi's been a well-kept secret, and then we've been discovered, and now everybody's jumping on board saying, what are they doing in Mississippi? Maybe we need to take another look, perhaps having bypassed us in the past, but now they seem to be all in.
Absolutely. So we've got some great people in the state of Mississippi. We have a tremendous workforce, and I think that's just now being recognized by big industry. That's a good thing for us.
So talk about the city. How are you doing financially?
We are on sound footing. We are doing better in the city of West Point from a financial perspective, as I understand it, than we have in many, many years. We manage our budget, and we end the year, every year since I've been mayor, with a surplus.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. So I believe we've discussed this in the past. The office of mayor of West Point is not actually a full-time job. Is that correct?
Well,
I know you probably work on it full-time, but just to explain that to us.
I would certainly caveat that statement.
Okay.
It is listed as a part-time position, but it's far from that.
I'm sure.
If you're going to be effective at it, it takes a constant effort, but technically it's listed as a part-time job.
Okay. And what is the structure of government? Do you have a board of aldermen? Or
board of selectmen.
Selectmen, okay. And how many are those? 5
selectmen, 5 respective wards.
Yeah.
So 5 selectmen and a mayor.
Okay. And elections, you running for re-election?
Well, we just had elections this past May, I believe, and I actually ran unopposed.
Okay. You didn't have an opponent.
I didn't have an opponent, and that's a blessing. I often say that it's a testament of one or two things. Either I'm doing something right or nobody else is crazy enough to want the job. So.
And your selectmen, you guys have a good working relationship, I presume?
We do. I've traditionally, as mayor, and I can only speak from my time as mayor, I have had a tremendous relationship with the board, and that's been one of the key drivers to us being able to get so much done is because we don't have a lot of schism and a lot of stonewalling.
Yeah. Taxes, Sales taxes, of course, is that likely your major source of revenue? It's typically for a municipality, it's sales taxes and ad valorem taxes.
That is absolutely correct.
Sales taxes are the greater of the two in the city, or is it ad valorem tax? Some it just depends on the city and the makeup of the city.
That's correct. And then if I can remember the numbers correctly, we're about a 50-50 mix,
okay.
Relatively speaking.
Yeah, but at this point, you don't see the need perhaps to make any adjustments. I know folks are always worried about their property taxes going up. What's going on there?
I'll tell you this, and what a lot of people don't understand about setting millage. Yep. We can only control the city's portion of the property taxes. There are three components. There's a city component, there's a county component, and there's also a school district
which is typically the largest, the school district.
School district is the largest. So what I can report to you today is I don't anticipate a millage increase based off of the city's portion.
City, okay.
I cannot control what the school board requests. But
and the DOR, of course, as you know, has instructed in accordance with law the counties to the tax assessors, right, to update the assessment, property assessment values in the counties, and that has caused some concern across the state. In DeSoto County in particular, there have been a lot of kerfuffle about that, the possibility of seeing their property taxes go up because the values go up, but it looks like perhaps they're reacting and reducing millage to kind of offset that.
Well, we actually experienced the exact same thing last year.
Okay.
Of course, valuations were higher last year, which resulted in an increase in revenue generated by your mill, of course. And so what we did from a city perspective last year when we set millage in October, we actually lowered our city portion of the millage by one mil.
Okay, so you actually lowered the city portion.
We did last year. Of course, we set millage every year, and it's too early to say what the situation will be this year because we haven't gotten all of our assessments in.
Yeah. Anything, Mayor, in particular that you're in need of from our state government with the legislature going back into session in January? Anything you're talking to your rep senators about?
Well, one thing that we are in constant communication with our senators and representatives, or senator and representatives about, is obviously street paving money. We've been paving streets at a pretty steady rate since I've been mayor. We've got another street paving project that's teeing up now that people will see asphalt on the grounds in the next couple to 3 weeks. So certainly we want to keep street paving money going. We're always trying to improve our infrastructure, so that conversation is one that we typically have with our legislators. So that's pretty much it. That'll be the top two.
And with the special session required to get a budget passed, some of that sort of funding didn't make it this year, right?
It did not. And
this has caused some problems.
Yeah, this is the first year since I've been serving as mayor that we were not awarded some amount of money for street paving.
I got you. Something that I think is going to get a lot of attention in the next legislative session is the public employees retirement system. It's been on the table for a couple of years now. There's a new tier that the legislature established, a Tier 5 for all employees that enter the system next March 26th. And that's been met with some concerns. How do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, I definitely understand the concerns, because if the cities are required to participate more as far as a contribution on behalf of the employees, it poses some budgetary concerns.
Sure.
Now, one thing that we did here in the city of West Point is we took some preemptive measures to kind of absorb the uncertainty with PERS.
Okay.
Without going into all the dynamics of that, but I think the city of West Point should be fine. We prepared for it. We know that there will be some movement. As it stands, it's 0.5% per year to cap out at I think it's 2% or something like that.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
2.5%.
2.5%. Yep. So we've accounted for that. So far.
Okay. So you're planning for that. And of course, that's phased in in 0.5% increments.
Absolutely.
So little more palatable to work into the budget than a big swoop, 2.5%, 5%, as was previously discussed.
Absolutely.
That probably would have caused a lot of budgetary problems.
It definitely would. And had it not been for, I know that MML group that we all are part of were very instrumental in making noise with our legislators to give us something that was more palatable to you.
Mayor Toby Barker, who was president from Hattiesburg.
Toby's awesome. He's awesome. He's a great ambassador.
Yeah, he was really good at carrying that message forward.
Absolutely.
Of the concerns he had. I watched him testify to the Senate about that. But sounds like you guys are in great shape. And then, of course, before we go, we got about a minute left. The Prairie Arts Festival, it's a big deal for you, isn't it?
It is a humongous deal. We always look forward to it. It's a day of food, fun, and fellowship. We have a ton of people in town, which drives our tourism efforts. And so we're just always excited when this time of year comes around.
That's awesome. Mayor Rod Bobo of West Point, Mississippi, has been our guest. Appreciate it, Mayor. Thanks for coming on. Congratulations on all your success here in West Point. You bet. We're stepping aside for a break. We're coming right back. We're in West Point, Mississippi. We relocated the Element Wealth Studio up here. It's for the West Point Clay County Community Growth Alliance. Stay with us.